Okay, you got your tree job back and you had requested a certain number of genes and you didn't get all of those genes. Let's take a quick look. We're going to discuss in this video how to fix that problem. So I'll go once again into Jobs, which opens my Jobs page, and then I'll click on the job I wanted to see, this guy here, and then highlight the row, click on the view icon. This opens the landing page for the job. I want to look at this report and view that. So you highlight it and you click view. And here's my tree. And then here it says I requested 10 genes and I only got 5. It gives me some warnings and it says that several of my sequences are all identical. So I may want to do a cleanup on that. And here's another one that's identical. But if you scroll down to the bottom of the reports page, it will show you strategies to increase the single copy gene number. So it says if I remove these 2 genes, I should be able to boost my output. So I'm going to show you how to do this. But first, let's see what they are. I copy it. I do a control find. I put the genome ID in there, and you can see that, ooh, this HHAN genome is bad. Well, it's causing a lot of the issues in the tree. And then there's this guy, this genome ID. So I copy it, I paste it, and this one, it's another one, okay? This is a different copy of that. So how do I fix those things? How can I improve the tree? How can I get rid of those things? Do I have to add all of these things at once? That would be a nightmare. So I'm going to show you how we can do this. And I'm going to open a new tab and go back to Patrick. And this time I'm going to go into my workspaces and click on my genome groups. I have a bunch of genome groups. I use them all the time. They're the easiest way to assemble data and launch jobs. And so I want to go to the ones I've recently created. So I'll double click on this and this will show me the most recent ones. The problem, I'm going to go back to this first tab, were with these Raicea genomes. So I'm going to go back to that group I created here, click on this, and when I select this group, there's a number of things I can do with it, but I want to do the group view, the genome group view. So I click on this. And this is a pretty clever way of looking at all your data. It's all assembled. It's the same thing as any taxon landing page. It's showing you for your group all the data that's there. But we want to go into the genomes. Now I can weed things out right here if I want to, but I'm always a little bit nervous about that. So I want to create a new group and adjust the new group and not remove my favorite ones. So I click here, I did that too fast for you all, next to genome name, the check box immediately to the left of that, select all of them, and I'm going to create a new group. So you click on the group icon, it pops up this pop-up window. You click in this down arrow next to existing group and say new group. I'm going to call it Raicea, let's see, May 2020 adjusted. Okay, add. Once I click the add button for that, it tells me I've made it. Now I know this is a bit tedious, but we have to go back into workspaces, click on genome groups, click on created to see the most recent one. And now this is the one that I'm going to do all my cleanup on. So I highlight it and I look at the group view. Here's all the metadata. Let's go to the genomes, the second tab there. Now I have two tabs open because I want to look back and see what the problems were. One of them is this guy, this HPNA with that number. So that genome ID number, I could put that directly there in the filter box. Click filter, and then that's the genome that we were having problems with. Let's just verify that, HPNA, HPNA. So now I click on this checkbox immediately to the left of the name. The downstream functions include remove. So let's get rid of it. And I click on that and it asks me, it wants to make sure I'm sure. Yes, I want to get rid of it. And it's gone. But let's check to make sure it's gone. We can remove these keywords. And now that beautiful little genome is gone. Who else was the problem? We've got to scroll down. Pardon me for scrolling all the way to the bottom. Another one that was a problem was this guy. So I copy that. I go into my second tab and I paste that and hit return. Oh, now look at this. How annoying this is. I've given it an exact term and it's returned basically pretty much everything, which is annoying to me. One way you can thwart your computer is to put quotation marks around that and then hit return, and there's the one, the HHAN genome. We want to get rid of that. So there it is. I click the remove icon after highlighting the row, remove it. You sure you want to remove this one genome from the group? I do indeed. Okay. And then it'll pop up a message and say, it's gone, you did it. And to verify, you click the X next to keywords, and now we're down to fewer. So right away, we can see that with these particular guys, I've gotten rid of 2 of the genomes that are problematic. Another thing you may want to do is get rid of some of those genomes that were identical. Especially when you're looking at a really big tree, it's one thing if it's your own private genome that's identical and you don't want to, you want to include that in the tree. You don't want to get rid of that one. But in this public one, we had a lot of genomes there. If we have some extra baggage that we can get rid of, let's do it. So let's go back here and let's go scroll up a bit. And let's look at the identical genomes. So it says that this one, this 1009856.3 is included here and here and here. And there are 3 genomes that are identical to it. So let's see who those guys are. Control C, I copy it. Control find, I paste it. I want to see who those are. Oh, those are Buchnera. So I have to go back to my Buchnera genomes, okay? So I'm going to go back to this other tab. I'm going to go into my workspaces, click on genome groups. I want to see my most recently created ones. And let's see, Buchnera, here it is. So I click on that, and I want to go to the genome group view. So once again, this is showing me all the metadata and stuff that are interesting for this entire group that can include 64 genomes. So let me go into the genomes tab, and we already know how to do this, right? We cut and paste the number there and hit return. And then this time it gives me an exact match, and I'm going to get rid of that. So I hit the remove. says, are you sure you want to remove this? Yes, I am sure it's gone. And to verify, I click this. And there are the other guys. So I go back to the first tab again. Where was it? Where was it giving me the warning? Oops, I'm sorry. I know that's annoying to watch people scroll when you're watching it. So it's this guy. Here's another identical one. Once again, in the next tab, I paste that value into the keyword search. It tells me who that is, and I'm removing it from that group. Oh, this time, remember last time how I saved the group? I've been adjusting this current group. Oh well. That's why I like to save it and rename it so I don't do my original one. But I was so excited about creating the perfect group that I forgot about that. But, you know, in for a penny, in for a pound, let's get rid of even more. So this guy, seeing as we're getting rid of him, we're just going full force. Hit return. This guy is also gone, although I guess it's sexist because, or is it sexist? Bacteria don't have any sex, but to associate a genome I want to get rid of as male is probably not the best thing to do. I'll try to be, not even be anthropomorphic about my genomes. And then the last one, I'm assuming it's Buchnera, because those were the most. I could search for it in the tree, but let's go to this genomes group thing again, seeing as we already have it open. And let's put it in. Did I get it all? Ah, yes. Oh, these genomes. Okay, click on that. And then remove it. Okay. So now I should be able to launch a tree job with these new groups, and it should look a lot better. And as a matter of fact, I have done that. So I'm going to show you when I removed all of these. I'll just step you through it like we're doing it again. Tree alignment. And then this time, here's my new Buchnera. Add that. Here's my adjusted Raicea. Add that. There's our old friend Blockmania. Add that. And Wigglesworthia. Who could forget Wigglesworthia? Not only the insect physiologist, but also the endosymbionts of the tsetse fly. Let's add that. And remember, we had my private genome, which was a Wigglesworthia, because I am a fan. The lock sign indicates a private genome, and add that. And then we just have to find the folder, which was endosymbiont trees. Name, let's see, I'll call it adjusted endosymbiont tree. And then I could launch it. But I'm going to show you one of these that I've already launched. I just wanted to step you through it so you could see how much that improved. So the first one, I'd done it with 10 and I couldn't get 10. I could only get 5. So I'm going to click on the jobs and see the tree that I submitted to look at that. Here's the adjusted endosymbiont tree. I highlight the row, I view it, and once again, we open up my beloved report HTML, one of my favorite documents in Patrick, maybe even in the whole world. Highlight that, click on the view icon. So here's the tree. Ooh, look at all those values of 100. And look here, single genes requested. Remember last time we did 10 and we only got 5. Here we've gotten 52. So that's increased it even more. But you know what? I'm going to show you how to get to 100. In the next webinar, I'm going to show you how to use the protein family sorter and be able to start using the duplications and deletions within the gene families. And this is just going to rock your phylogenetic tree and your phylogenetic world. So join me for that one. It's going to be a lot of fun. Thanks.